Ending a relationship is never easy, but there are some people who have an easier time doing it than others. Some exes become your friends, while others simply disappear from your life. But every now and then, you end up with an ex that's, well, crazy. How likely are the zodiac signs to be that crazy ex? Keep watching to find out. Number 1. Scorpio. No one is as crazy of an ex as Scorpio, as they tend to take breakups personally and have pretty steep inclination towards revenge. They're the kind of ex who will either grow obsessed, keeping tabs on a partner, calling several times a day, coincidentally appearing in places, or the kind of ex who will make it their personal life mission to spread rumors and lies about their exes. The best way to avoid this is to let Scorpio be the one that breaks up with you. Their egos handle that a lot better. But even then, it's a toss-up. Number 2. Leo. Speaking of hurt egos, Leo also doesn't take being dumped particularly well, and if they decide to go crazy on a partner, it's going to be hard to miss. A crazy ex-Leo will make sure their ex always hears about what they're doing, as they often struggle with the idea that their exes just don't care. They'll invent all kinds of rumors just to get under their ex-partner's skin. And since they usually have a pretty long list of friends and acquaintances, you can bet they're keeping tabs on whoever they used to date. Number 3. Gemini. Geminis are a relatively harmless kind of crazy ex, though no less toxic. Their craziness comes in the form of clinginess and dependency, even after the relationship is over. They'll call their exes when they're feeling down, cry, apologize, share their sad feelings, and in particularly bad cases, they're liable to threaten to hurt themselves just to try to get back to their partners. Luckily, they're unlikely to do it, but knowing that doesn't make it any less scary. Number 4. Virgo. When their hearts have been broken, Virgos will put on a strong face and pretend like they're not hurting, while simultaneously plotting for revenge. They're the kind of crazy ex whose crazy appears to come out from absolutely nowhere. One moment they'll act like they're taking the breakup very well, the next they're paying for a Facebook ad campaign proclaiming how much they hate their ex. Don't trust their calm exterior. Number 5. Pisces. Because they tend to be so sentimental and empathetic, Pisces are unlikely to get violent or destructive when their heart's been broken. They will, however, let the world know exactly how much they're hurting and will make it their life's mission to spread their misery as far as it can go. More often than not, they don't do it on purpose, but there are only so many tearful calls and sad messages people can receive before being done with the pity party. Number 6. Cancer. Like Pisces, Cancers are way more likely to turn their crazy inside than outside. They're not really the kind of crazy ex that will go after their old partner or will plot revenge on the other one, but rather the kind of crazy who'll get drunk and randomly call their exes at 3 in the morning. A bit pathetic, definitely annoying, but usually no danger to anyone but themselves. Number 7. Capricorn. Capricorn is one of the most easygoing exes out there. Regardless of whether or not they take their rejection well, they're far more likely to immerse themselves in their job and hobbies than take out their anger and frustration on others. Of course, these hobbies can take a particularly dark turn from time to time, but as long as they're not taking things too far, it's usually a good way to work on their feelings of rejection and pain. Number 8. Libra. Libras are very unlikely to be crazy exes, as acting crazy requires a level of energy and, frankly, emotional endurance that Libras are unlikely to invest. Rather than going nuts on their ex, they're far more likely to use that energy trying to improve their life and get over the breakup. It might take a while, and they might decide they never, ever want to see their ex again, but they tend to handle breakups very maturely. Number 9. Aquarius. Aquarians will throw themselves headfirst into their hobbies and their work, to the point that they'll often forget about the work around them. They're the kind of ex who seemingly disappear off the face of the earth, only to reappear months later with a drastically changed look and dramatically increased or decreased weight. They do have a lot of post-breakup crazy, but they tend to direct it all towards the things that keep them from thinking of what happened. Number 10. Taurus. Tauruses prefer a clean cut over a roaring rampage of revenge. regardless of how much they're hurting or how much the breakup hurt their feelings. Hell, they might even end up being friends with their exes. Tauruses value peace and quiet, so they're very unlikely to turn into crazy exes. But don't mistake their easy forgiveness for weakness, as you'll never fool them twice. Number 11. Sagittarius. Sagittarians are firm believers in rebound relationships, so almost as soon as they end a relationship, they'll be starting another. Sure, they'll be hurting, and sure, they might even be a little traumatized. But between licking their wounds at home and licking their wounds with a beautiful someone, well, the choice is an easy one. And number 12. Aries. Let's face it, more often than not, Aries are the ones dumping their partners, rather than being the ones getting dumped. Arians are completely unafraid of moving on from a relationship, so if they've decided the relationship is over, they'll simply walk away without a word. And if they get dumped, well, there's a very good chance their explosive temper will translate into plenty of screaming, but once they get it out of their system, they'll simply walk away and move on.